In this video, we're going to take a look at the Compass Companion Scouting app, its features, functions, and how to use it on your smartphone. You're going to need your secure username and password that you would use to log into your web account, and punch it in here and click Sign In. That brings us directly into the app, and I can see a list of created Scout records that are stored on my phone. Before we get into how to create a Scout record, we're going to highlight some of the administrative features up here in the top right corner. First things first is update data. On your first login into the app, it's going to reach out to your Compass web account and it's going to grab all the field information that it needs to be able to do the scouting records and geotag, and it'll do that on the first login. But if you've changed field boundaries, changed field acreages, done different things to the fields, you may want to come in here periodically and just click Update Data. What that's going to do is have the app reach out to your Compass web account and pull in the most recent information for those fields, so you're working with the best information on hand at the time. Click OK. Also, we have an About section here where you can actually see more information about the app, and preferences. So you can set a default farm to log into. If you're an agronomist or retailer, it will work very similar to your Compass web account, where you will be presented with a list of clients and select one to work with or create the Scout record for. This is where you can set a default client to start on or leave it blank for all of your clients. As an individual grower, you will be presented with the default temperature unit, where you can set Celsius or Fahrenheit, and whether you want your GPS to automatically turn on. This by default is always set to on, but you can go to off so that your GPS is not functioning. Lastly, in that list, we also have the log out feature. You should never really need to log out, but if you ever have to, you can click here. Now, to get back to that list, I'm just going to click list here. And to get rid of this up top, I'm just going to click the three lines again and it disappears. So to create a new Scout record, we're going to come down here to the center of the screen and click the New button. And again, as a retailer or an agronomist, you would be able to search for a specific farm or select one from the drop-down that you want to work with today. If you're the individual grower, you're just going to be presented with a list of your fields. Now, to select our fields, we're just going to simply click 1, 2, and 3 on all the fields we want to use. They're highlighted in green, and now we're going to go create to create the new Scout record. Now, we haven't added any observations yet, but up top we do have some options we can look at. The first is this button here, which allows us to upload this Scout record into our Compass account on the web once we're ready, and it will remove it from the device so we're not taking up a ton of storage space on your phone. Now, we haven't added any observations yet, so we're not going to upload it. Or you can delete the Scout record if maybe you don't want to keep it, or you want to start fresh. Now scroll down, there's the three fields that we attached to it, and now I'm going to select the observations I want to add. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to add an insect observation, and I'm just going to click the Add button next to it. And now I'm presented with the exact information that I would see on the web version of Compass to be able to actually come in and put that observation in. So I'm going to select which field or fields I did see that on, what type of insect I did see, and of course, these lists all populate in from your custom set list that you would have taken care of in list management from the Compass web version. Now, a neat feature about the app is anytime you come into a type box here, most modern smartphones have a feature with a microphone on the keyboard. So I'm going to click this now and show you how cool this can be as a time saver in the field. Once I've clicked it and it says speak now, I can actually start speaking and Compass will automatically populate all of what I'm saying directly into the type box. Once I'm happy with it, I'm done. That can be a real time saver in the field instead of having to manually type an observation, where you can just come in and verbally speak everything you want to go into those boxes, saving you a lot of time in the field when adding a lot of verbal data into an observation. Very cool feature to be able to use. Now let's get rid of that keyboard off the screen. I'm happy with everything I've added in there, and I want to geotag my location. This does require the GPS to be on, and as you remember where we can set that here in administrative functions. By default, it is set to on, and it's going to use the GPS chip in your phone to determine your location. I'm going to click Save, and that adds that observation. We can continue adding observations by repeating that process and selecting the type of observation we want. And as I scroll down, you can see here now it says we have one insect observation. If I want to see the details, I'm just going to click there. And there's all the details of what I spoke in and my observation. Now, another very cool feature of the program or the app here is the ability to take a picture. But more so than that, it's the ability to get a picture from your phone or take a picture. In this case, I'm going to get a picture, one I took previously, but want to attach to this scout record right here. This is the newest feature that's available in the app, and that is allowing me to edit the photo. And this can be a very cool feature where it brings up the photo. You have a color palette up top. We're just going to select white for our color. And then as I'm wanting to identify different things in the picture, I can circle them with my finger, add little notes, whatnot to highlight different aspects of that photo for my client. Save, and that adds it to the Scout record now as well. And we can actually see the edit marks that are on there. So that is a neat feature that is available exclusively in the app, but makes it very handy when you're trying to identify a specific item within a picture. Now, once I'm completed my Scout record and I'm happy with it, I can either from directly in the Scout record, upload it directly into my Compass account. And Compass will now remove that Scout record from my device. We do have redundancies built in where it will not delete the Scout record from your device until Compass knows that it has been received into your web account, so you shouldn't have any loss of data transmission. The other way I can upload those records is here from my listing. And it's as simple as going to Actions, clicking Upload. I can also edit or delete the Scout record. Another neat function is this information key here, which allows me to click on it and see a little bit more detail about that Scout record, who created it, when it was created, the fields that are on it, as well as the number of observations for each observation type that's on it. That is how to use your Compass app. If you have any difficulties or need some assistance, please call your Compass support member at 1-866-278-9530.